if you guys saw the murder on Twitter X with Elon and Justin Trudeau. Let me share the screen over here. Here we go. Justin Trudeau, there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada will become part of the United States. Workers and communities in both our countries benefit from being each other's biggest trading and security partner. Blah, 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 right? Musk responds with, girl, you're not the governor of Canada anymore, so it doesn't matter what you say. Total slaughter. Anyway, thought I would share that. I think it's hilarious. It's, I don't know, fucking Justin Trudeau, man. And it's, guys, it's not just Justin Trudeau and his Liberal government. It's all government in Canada. Canada was around 2009-10. The Canadian dollar was at par, not at a 40% discount right now, I think. It was at par. The standard of living in Canada and the production per citizen was the highest in the developed world. It was at least on par, if not better than many United States. Today, we're at a place where they've dragged us into the abyss of dog shit in the sewers, where the richest province in Canada is poorer than the poorest state in the United States. Canada is a beautiful and wonderful country. I want to make this very, very clear. It's a beautiful and wonderful country. It truly is. And there was a time where I think people came here and they were proud to like be here. But that's eroded. You know, you see people complaining about everything today. And that simply wasn't true when I was young. You know, you can't go to a single Tim Hortons now that's not run completely by Indians, right? You can't go to certain parts of town anymore. And sorry, let me rephrase that. You can go to certain parts of town now to do things, and you'd think that you're in downtown Hong Kong or Bangladesh or, you know, name it, right? There's no identity anymore to being Canadian. There's no benefit to it. There's no beauty to the country anymore because it's just nonsense. It's a woke covered rainbow trans flag LG plus Q2B7. Any downtown core, any main street that you go to in most Canadian places, and it's not just for a week of the year anymore, for a month of the year, they physically paint the fucking crosswalk in a rainbow or a trans flag or a combination of the both. First thing I would do is get tampons out of male bathrooms in federal government buildings. We got Wahlberger here. He wants to chime in. Wahlberger, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Rich. Yeah, we're in a very
where do you live again? Place. You're in Alberta?
I'm in Alberta. Yeah.
I'm
in Alberta.
Canada's Texas.
Go ahead.
Canada's Texas.
Exactly. Of which I'm actually doing business with people out of Texas as well, which is a fascinating situation because they have a whole lot of different scenario than we have. Life is just so much easier in Texas than what we have in Canada. What I think that we need to understand is that the government is made to serve the people, for service. Every government person is under a salary that's above six figures. It's now a goal to be in government as a job.
Oh, I forgot to mention that the average federal government's salary is $130,000 a year.
Yes. Yeah. So people actually go into poli-sci in post-secondary education to become a member of the government. That is not a job. That's a place where you go once you're successful to then go serve the people, not to have a job. And you do it for a temporary period of time, do what's the best for the people, and then leave back to private life. So this is what we have is people looking to do that now. And it's a cesspool. Just government altogether is a dirty game. When I was in high school a long time ago, we had something called mock parliament, and where we would run different an election for different parties within the school, and then had a grandiose running of parliament.
They still do that, by the way.
Yeah, and so because I was a basketball guy, an athletic guy, and liked pretty much everyone, I was voted in as Speaker of the House for this parliament, which was absolutely ludicrous. So I was Speaker of the House, and I had to mediate or collect notes from both sides of all the parties. In high school, the disgusting comments that were said back and forth by people because they were put into these parties opposing each other, it had nothing to do with the actual debates. It was just slander back and forth. And that is what we have right to the top of our levels of government. It's repulsive. So to know that you're meant to go serve in government, not to collect a 6-figure salary, and then serve, do what's best for the people, and get the hell out, and realize that you're swimming in a cesspool. So
that's why I was saying earlier that 80% of the jobs at federal government level could be eliminated. That would force the other 20% that remain, like you keep the best and the brightest. Might take a year to get through it all, maybe 2 years to sort of go through the dismissals, but you'd keep the best and the brightest and then make sure they have a clear and concise directive to implement and exercise and fix the necessary problems. Because the vast majority of it is just people sitting around picking their nose, wasting time.
Absolutely. Right? Well, essentially buying voters. I believe he increased the government sector employees by 40 to 60%. Trudeau did during his term. It was 40 to 60% increase of government employees. And when he did come into power, which was 2015.
Yeah.
I recall him being voted in, and I'll tell you what. I went in there with an open mind.
42%.
I did not. I don't like the way.
42% is what he added. 42%. That's nuts.
42%.
So right off the bat, you could fire 42% of the people that he fucking hired, and then cut at least 50% of whoever's left over, and make them fucking earn their money.
Exactly.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.